Hello everyone. I am Dr. Divya Sunil, an OET trainer at Avigna Learning Academy, a premier online coaching institute. What is this Avigna? What can Avigna do for you? Well, let us have a look at what Avigna can do for you. Avigna coaches students for various English certification exams like OET, IELTS, TOEFL, and PT. OET is specifically for the healthcare professionals, whereas IELTS, TOEFL, and PT can be written by anybody. These are mandatory English language exams one has to take if one wants to study or work abroad. That is, if you want to study or work abroad in an English speaking country. Well, we have had students come approach Avigna because they did very badly in the OET exams or in any of in the IELTS exams, and it could be because they did not get a proper training or because they did not attend any training classes and they were self-studying. I'm happy to say that those who have approached Avigna Learning Academy have all scored really well in their tests. You would also have, you would have come across people who are really shy to talk in front of a crowd or maybe even to convey an idea to a colleague. Not to worry. Avigna's English language enhancement programs like Business English, English Startup, English Fluency, and Speak English Confidently will help them improve their English language and communication skills. Avigna has been training students for the past 14 years. We've trained students from across the globe, like the Middle East countries of Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and even from Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, UK, Sri Lanka, and our very own India. We are proud to say that our students have cleared their exams with flying colors and are presently working in various international hospitals, companies, and colleges. We are also tied up with various study abroad consultancies to help you with the visa processing. Specialities at Avigna. Well, you would find the training at Avigna Learning Academy to be an exciting experience. Why so? Because you would be mentored by doctors and English language trainers. Our face-to-face virtual training will help you interact with the trainers. Personalized coaching. In Avigna, we believe in a motto that one trainer for one student. In this way, we are able to gauge our students' strengths and weaknesses, and we could work upon their weaknesses. Customized curriculum. Well, we have students who are very good at listening and reading, but who approach us telling that they are very weak in their writing and speaking. Not to worry. Avigna Learning Academy team will see to it that we give you more practice materials in the writing and speaking so that you can score well in these two modules. Interactive sessions are held continuously at the Institute. Flexible hours. Many of you would be working in different shifts. We have nurses who are working in the morning shift, and then the next week they would be working in the evening shift. And it becomes very difficult for them to come in for the training. We are happy to accommodate you and we will train you at a time that is convenient for you. Ample practice materials. Whoa, we have a huge set of practice materials. More than 120 materials are there with us to ensure you that you get a really good score. We believe in the phrase, practice makes a man perfect. So it's practice, practice, practice for all our students here. Mock tests are conducted on a regular basis, and this way we will be able to evaluate your performance and help you out. What is this OET? You must have heard about many people talking about different kind of tests. OET is Occupational English Test, which is an English language test for healthcare professionals. It assesses the language and communication skills of healthcare professionals who wish to register and practice in an English-speaking environment. So this is a test that is specifically for healthcare professionals, and it assesses your English language proficiency and communication skills. Please remember, this is not a test of your technical knowledge. The test is available in 44 different locations. 14 times in a year, the test is conducted, and the results will be announced 16 business days after each OET test. The fees is 587 Australian dollars. Who conducts the OET test? Well, the test is owned by Cambridge Box Hill Language Assessment Trust, a venture between Cambridge Assessment English, which is a department in the University of Cambridge, and Box Hill Institute, which is an Australian education provider. Who recognizes OET? Well, you would be surprised to know that OET is recognized by regulatory healthcare boards and councils in 11 different countries like Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, Dubai, Singapore, Namibia, Ukraine, Malta, and now recently even Florida and Oregon. Eligibility. Who can write the OET exam? I told you healthcare professionals can write the OET exam. Let's have a look at which healthcare professionals are going to write this exam. Dentists, radiologists, optometrists, speech therapists, occupational therapists, dietitians, nurses, doctors, physiotherapists, pharmacists, podiatrists, and veterinary doctors. Have a look at the format of OET exam. Would you be surprised if I tell you that your dream of flying abroad could be fulfilled in just 2 hours and 45 minutes? Yes, believe it. If you could get a good training from our institute, you are sure to be flying after 3 hours. Let's take a look at the different tasks that are there in OET. Well, the listening task is for 40 minutes and you have to answer 42 questions. The reading task, a total of 42 questions to be answered in 60 minutes. For the writing task, one letter has to be written in 45 minutes. For the speaking task, 2 role plays are to be done in 20 minutes. The listening and the reading tasks are the same for all healthcare professionals. So whether you're a nurse or a doctor or even a podiatrist, you will be writing the same listening and reading tasks. The task differs in writing and speaking based on your occupation. So letter writing for a doctor and a nurse is going to be different, and the speaking for a doctor and nurse is going to be different. Now you would be thinking, I have done a 3 hours exam for my degree also. So what is special about this OET? It's even less than 3 hours, so I can surely do it. But guys out there, OET is a little different than your usual degree exams, because in OET, you have to multitask. The listening task is not just listening to the audio. You have to listen to the audio and simultaneously answer the questions. That is where you have to multitask. For the reading, there are huge paragraphs of text which has to be read and answers to be completed in 60 minutes. For the speaking task, I do understand that you are nurses and doctors who are really good in your communication, but you would mostly be communicating in your native language in your hospitals or clinics wherever you're working. It's usually the native language that you would be using to talk to your patients. In OET, unfortunately, it is English language that is required, and this is where we find that sometimes our healthcare professionals face a little difficulty because they don't usually use English on a day-to-day basis. You do not have to worry here too. Avigna Learning Academy can help you train in all the 4 modules because we have ample practice material, and we see to it that we give sufficient practice to our students here so that they can really score well in their exams. Let's take a look at each task. Coming to the listening section. In the listening section, it consists of 3 separate parts. That is, you have A, B, and C. A total of 40 questions to be answered. Sorry, a total of 42 questions to be answered in 40 minutes. The topics here are of generic healthcare interest, because as I told you, the listening task is going to be the same for all healthcare professionals. You will be able to find the audio in different accents. The accents could be Australian, British, American, New Zealand, Irish, or even South African. This is because OET warns you to get used to these different kinds of accents, because you would be meeting people or patients with different kinds of accents when you will be working abroad. The audio is going to be played only once, and when the audio is being placed, you have to answer the questions also. Now, what are the question types that you see or you come across in the listening task? You have filling the blanks, where you will have to write the answer in a word or a short phrase of maybe 1 to 3 words. Then you have the multiple choice questions. Okay, on the right hand side here, I have an example of a listening task, because I would like you to get a feeling of what the accent is and how the audio is in a listening task. On the left hand side here, if you see, there is a transcript of the audio, and on the right hand side you have the questions related to this transcript. Unfortunately, in the OET task, you will not be given the transcript, but here, just to show you what the audio is all about, I have put in the transcript. Please listen to the audio carefully.
Yeah, I had this pain all the way down my right leg, and she said the real problem was in my back because the sciatic nerve was getting trapped.
Right.
I mean, I'm telling you, this was no ordinary pain. It was really intense. I mean, to the extent that I couldn't stand for very long, couldn't walk hardly any distance, I couldn't sleep. I mean, the most frustrating bit for me was that I couldn't even turn over in bed. It just hurt so much. I just couldn't get comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes I'd have, well, sort of tingling feeling in my calves as well.
Right.
But then at other times, my whole leg just felt a bit numb, really. It was weird. And
okay, so you know how the accent is, and you've got a feel of the listening task. Let's go to the next one. That is your reading section. Reading section also consists of 3 parts, that is A, B, and C. A total of 42 questions to be answered in 16 minutes. Most of the text, or let's say all the texts, are medical related. The question types that you come across in the reading task is match the sentence information to the text. That is, you're given a sentence and they will ask you from which text is it taken. You also have short answers, which has to be answered in a word or a short phrase of 1 to 3 words. You have note completion, where you have to answer in 3 to 5 words. And then you have your multiple choice questions. Okay, an example of your reading task. On the left hand side here, you can see the extract or the one of the text. I've just picked out an example to show you. And on the right hand side, you see the question and 4 different options. Now, what happens here is when the students read the text, they know the answer, but in some cases, now see, so let's say, for example, option A and option B, you know, are a complete no. I mean, it's a wrong answer. So you sort of cross out these 2 in your mind. Oh, it's not option A and it's not option B. But now there is slight doubt sometimes between C and D. C also seems to be correct. B also seems to be correct. But what to do? Yeah, there's only one correct answer in OET. There is no 2 correct answers here. So the thing is to make a choice between C and D. How do you choose? Well, there are a lot of strategies and tips on how to choose the right answer when you're in a confusion. The training at Avigna Learning Academy can help you make this choice. Next, we have the writing task. Well, the writing task, you have 1 letter to be written in 45 minutes, and you have to keep up the word limit of 180 to 200 words. 45 minutes is given for the whole letter, but actually the first 5 minutes are only for reading the case note. You just have to glance through the case note, read through it, plan it in your mind. You cannot write anything in the first 5 minutes. The next 40 minutes is what you get to write the actual letter. How do you go about this letter? The writing task is specific to your healthcare profession. As I told you, a nurse will be getting a letter which a nurse has to write to maybe to a healthcare nurse or to a doctor or to a dietitian. It would be like, a nurse could be writing a letter to a dietitian to find out what are the diet that her patient has to follow after he has undergone the surgery in her hospital. Or as a first case, for a doctor, a GP would be writing a letter to a gynecologist um, asking for some fertility tests to be done on a couple, or he could be writing a letter to the orthopedic surgeon asking for his advice on joint replacement therapy or on osteoporosis treatment. How to go about this task? You have to analyze the task first and foremost, find out whether it is a letter of referral or discharge or transfer. And to whom is it addressed? The name of the doctor, to whom is it addressed? Is it to an orthopedic surgeon? Is it to a gynecologist? Is it to a nephrologist? Yes, find out to whom it is addressed. Next step is to scan the patient case notes for relevant information. Okay, when I say relevant information, it means because the case note will have tons and tons of information. You have information about the patient's job, the disease, details about his disease or his illness, the medications that he is taking, the procedures which he has undergone in the hospital, his discharge plan. Everything is going to be there. Now it is up to you to choose the relevant information, and the training at Avigna Learning Academy can help you do this. Here we teach our students on choosing the relevant information and not wasting their precious 40 minutes, because time constraint is a major challenge in OET exams. You could plan your letter by dividing the letter into an introduction, body, and a conclusion. In the introduction, you could write about the purpose of writing the letter. In the body, you could just divide the body into different paragraphs when you have details about the medical history of the patient and the medications that he is taking or the procedures that he is undergone. Whatever is relevant, you pick it up and write. You could conclude the letter with the closing remarks like, if you have any queries, please do not hesitate to contact me, and sign off with yours sincerely and the designation. Your designation, which is mentioned in the OET case note. Try to keep a word limit of 180 to 200 words, because anything below 180 means you have not written relevant information, and anything above 200 means you have written too much of information, which is not what you want to do. Have a look at the common errors that we have seen which are made in the writing task. Grammatical errors are common, like where to use past tense, present tense, where to use active voice and passive voice. Spelling errors, like when they write admitted, they write single T instead of writing double T. Or when they write transferred, they write single R where they're supposed to write double R. Vocabulary is equally important in a writing task. Punctuations, where to put a full stop, a comma, an apostrophe, or a hyphen is equally important. Too much information. Well, this happens when you cross 200 words. It means you have written too much information, and that is not a good sign of a good letter. Disorganized letter, where your information is just jumbled up here and there. It's not in paragraphs and things like that. Less clarity. Well, on the slide you can see that there is a letter, okay, which is a little difficult to read, okay, and it has many scratches put on it. Well, if a letter is not, if the examiner is not able to read a letter, then what is the use of writing the whole letter? The whole point is gone, right? So when you write a letter, it has to be an organized letter, put it into paragraphs and write it neatly and clearly with less mistakes. The speaking task and the last task of an OET test. You have 2 role plays which has to be done in a period of 20 minutes. So each role play takes 10 minutes to do. Here also it is occupation specific. The speaking task is a face-to-face examination between an interlocutor and you. Okay, please remember the person who's sitting across the table is not the OET examiner. He is just an interlocutor who is taking the role of a patient. Your speaking task audio will be recorded and sent to the OET center to be assessed by the OET assessors. The speaking task starts with a warm-up session, just to get used to where the interlocutor and you speak, to be familiar with each other's accent. They would be asking you some questions on your profession background as to why have you chosen nursing, what do you like in nursing, those kind of things. After that, we have preparation time. 3 minutes is given for this preparation time, and during this preparation time, you will be given the role play card, which you have to read and make notes in it. You could underline certain keywords and phrases on the card because you can focus on these keywords and phrases and perform the task in a better way. Don't be afraid to ask the interlocutor any doubts that you have, like a pronunciation doubt could be asked to the interlocutor during this 3-minute time. After the 3 minutes comes your role play for the next 5 minutes. This is where the actual show begins, and this is where you are going to be assessed. You are not going to be assessed in the warm-up session. You are not going to be assessed in the preparation time. The assessment starts in your 5 minutes when the role play begins. Treat the role play as if you were with a real patient. Behave as if you are talking to your own patient. Don't behave as if you are talking to an interlocutor and you're sitting for an exam, rigid and scared and anxious. I know you are going to be scared and anxious during a speaking task. With Avigna Learning Academy's training, we will be giving you enough practice so that we can help you calm your nerves and you will be really confident on your exam day. Develop a relationship with the patient when you do the speaking task. Example, if you have a task where you have to share the pain of the patient, you could use empathizing words like I understand your pain, I understand your concern, I understand what you're going through because I have gone through it. I've gone through a similar condition a few years back. Or if you want to insist something, if you want to insist the patient to take a certain medication, use words to insist. Say that it is important that you follow these procedures, or it is important that you take these medications on time so that your health improves. Okay. Speak loudly and clearly and confidently during the speaking task, because remember, you are being recorded and this audio will be sent to the OET Center for Assessment. Okay, here this is a sample of a role play which we have done in Avigna Learning Academy. Our student is an OET medicine doctor, okay, and I'm happy to say that she has cleared her OET exam with an A grade and is presently working in a hospital in UK. So we thought this would be helpful for you to understand how a OET speaking task is held. Listen to the way the doctor is convincing the patient, calming the patient down. The patient is an anxious mother of a baby who's got, and the kid has got some skin conditions. Okay, the main or the work of the doctor is to calm the patient down, reassure the patient that the baby is safe and there's nothing wrong, and a couple of medications, and then the baby is fine. Okay, have a look at it. I'll be playing the video for you.
Hello everybody. Today we at Avigna Learning Academy would like to present to you an OET medicine roleplay. Let's see what the case is there for today. I'm the parent of a 2-year-old child and I have brought him to the doctor today because I'm worried about the presence of small white pimples on his nose and forehead. My sister's children suffer from severe dermatitis and I fear that my newborn will be similarly affected. Let's see how our OET student handles the case today.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Dr. Janet. What brings you here? How can I help you?
Doctor, I'm Mrs. Smith and I've got my baby to show to you because I've noticed that he has got white pimples on his nose and forehead and I'm really worried about that.
When did you notice that?
I noticed it on the second day of his birth.
Okay, but why are you so much worried?
Well, doctor, I have a strong family history of severe dermatitis. In fact, my sister's children also suffer from this similar condition, and I'm pretty sure that my newborn is also affected.
It seems to be normal, but would you mind me examining your child?
Please go ahead.
Oh, this seems to be very normal. And this is a common skin condition called anemia
Okay.
among infants, which is self-limiting and will resolve within 3 to 6 months of your baby's life. So there is nothing to worry about it.
But don't you think this condition, though you say there's nothing to worry, will this condition progress into something severe later on in his life?
No, I can pretty reassure that there is no known association between the occurrence of anemia and the likelihood of developing dermatitis in the later life of your baby. And since it is not going to harm your baby, there is no treatment required for that.
Okay, fine. So is there any other care that I should take?
Yeah. I can give you few tips on your child's skin care.
Okay, that's good.
You can always hydrate your baby by giving him sponge bath
Okay.
2 to 3 times a week. Also, you can moisturize your baby using some natural moisturizers,
Okay.
or even you can apply any baby products that are free from chemicals and fragrance.
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah. Anything you would like to discuss with me? Any
Well-
other concern you have?
No, nothing at present.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So here we have a speaking task, a role play. I think many of you could relate to this because as mothers, we are always anxious about our children. We are very worried, even if it's a small, or let's say running nose also, we are too worried. But when the doctor tells us that everything is fine and there's nothing to worry and the baby is really okay, that is when we calm down. So what happens is there is a relationship that is built between the doctor and the patient, and that is one of a strong bond. That is something and the basic, let's say, the duty of a doctor is actually to calm the patient down. That's the initial thing, and to make the patient feel relaxed. Okay, so when the doctor is able to convince the patient that the kid is fine and there is nothing to worry about, I would say one of the parts of a successful speaking task would be that aspect. Coming to the scoring in OET test, score A and score B are the best scores, where A is of course the topmost and we would want you to get a score A. B is accepted in most of the countries, that is 350 to 440 is accepted in most of the countries, while some countries do accept C+. For more information, please log on to our website at www.avignalearning.com. You would get more details about the courses that we are conducting. You can also join in our Facebook. Please click on to our YouTube videos. We have lots of videos that we have put on the speaking task, and we would like you to watch those videos and, if possible, learn something from these videos. I'm sure it's going to be helpful for you because in our experience, many of our students have come back and told us that they had a lot to learn before they started training with us. They had gone through our videos and they were really happy with those speaking role plays. You can also contact us at the number that you see, 9860521774. Please email us at info@avignalearning.com if you would like to know more details about our course, or if you have any doubts, any clarifications, any queries with regard to any of our courses. We would be more than happy to help you out. We're also running some lockdown offers right now. Please contact us for more details. Thank you. Have a great day, and please give us a feedback on this session. And if there is something more, please let us know. Have a safe day. Thank you.